different.
Please, give us all the tips about it.
I have 3 kids.
Oh. You're treating university as if it's a break for you.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Zussify podcast all-in-one, where we discuss everything and anything. Today, our guest is Jasmine Farag. She is a student of International Relations, first year Bachelor Degree Studies. How are you, Jasmine?
Hello, Nora. How are you? First of all, thank you for having me here. Everything is good. Everything is great.
So, Jasmine, can you tell us more about yourself?
Well, my name is Jasmine Farag. I'm Egyptian. And as you said, I'm a first year student at International Relations. I live here basically in Poland, and International Relations is not my first studies. I've studied before sociology in Cairo University in Egypt, and human resources management in the American University in Cairo as well.
American University?
Yes.
It's a very famous university. I've heard a lot about it.
Yes, it's really good. It's full of. I had a really great experience.
Okay. So I can see that your academic history is pretty eventful. You've been into different universities. You've studied different things. What do you think about our university here in Lublin?
Well, it's different. It's totally different. It's first, the international relation. I've always wanted to study politics, but I never got the chance. It was really a tough decision, but now I decided to go for it. I enjoy it very much. And here in the university, it's different. It's entertaining. It's interesting. It's based on a lot of readings, a lot of research. It's my thing. I really love reading.
Okay. Why was it a tough decision? Are you preoccupied with other things?
For the major, I know because it's hard and it needs a lot of dedication. But now, when you grow in your mind, you're capable of doing a lot of stuff at the same time. And now, yes, I can do it. And actually, it's the best decision I've ever made.
Oh, amazing. So, from what I know, Jasmine, you're a pretty busy person. From what I know, you have a nice family.
Yes.
And you're based here in Lublin for quite some time now. So
Yes.
I have 2 main questions regarding that. First of all, how can you manage being an active member of your family, but also a full-time student of a bachelor degree studies? Please give us all the tips about it.
I'm motivated, very, and I'm a mom. Being a motherhood, it's a 24-hour job.
Excuse me, how many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids.
Oh.
Yes, so it is really hard, and it drains you emotionally, mentally, your time, your energy, everything. But when you think differently and you invest in yourself and something else, it's recharge you with different level of energy. So it's like separation for my brain. I enjoy it. And when I go home with the kids, I enjoy it as well, because it's not all the time on one thing. No, I'm motivated in the college, and when I go home, I'm well prepared for the kids. So, yes, I can do it.
So you're treating university as if it's a break for you?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
Yes, I like it.
I think that only elaborates how much you're enjoying the studies at our faculty.
Well, I believe that the knowledge elevates our brains, and that what happens with me every time my head, I'm elevated. Mm-hmm. This helps with better life, better decisions, better different perspective of life. So, yes.
So, being a mother of 3 children and being a student at the same time, of course, other students can also be busy with other activities. I know some students having full-time jobs, but they're also full-time students. So they're also busy. What is your biggest advice to be able to time manage and do both things effectively?
I think what worked for me being determined and being dedicated. I know it's like you're having a timeline. You need to get this done by this time, by all means, and you support yourself and you take breaks. You exercise to get your to recharge your head, you recharge your body, and of course time management.
Okay, and another question that is not really about the university, but in general. You've been here in Lublin for how many years now?
5 years.
5 years. Okay, so what can you tell us about the integration here in Lublin? What do you think was, let's say, the biggest challenge as it comes to the integration here?
At the beginning, it was harder for me as there are not enough English speakers in Lublin. But this also, it was a challenge for me to learn the Polish language. So I had to learn the Polish language for 2 years in the university, yes. And that really changed, of course, my life, made my life a way easier. I blended into the community way faster, it's like home. Now I feel home. I have everything I need in my life and for my kids. Actually the language made everything easier. Like you live normally. I'm not struggling with anything. And I think it's better. Even for the foreign students, they should go with the language. Yes, with their studies. That will give them really great experience here. They will get the best of everything around.
And how early do you think the students who are planning to come here to Poland to study, how early should they start learning the language? Like, should they wait a little bit or they should start as early as possible?
Of course, as early as possible. I'm that kind of person who always do their homeworks. I prepare for everything. And I think that make it easier because it's like you don't know what's coming. So if they're coming to Lublin to study, they do the research about the language, about the culture, the holidays, the community, everything. They at least a little bit of knowledge to see and to know what you're going to be in, and that will help a lot. And will save time and a lot of emotional damages and struggles.
Yes, and definitely it's gonna save so many unpleasant situations. For example, I think if you know like very, very basic things like how to manage yourself in a shop or something, it truly gives a feeling of independence that you don't just have to go to strangers and constantly ask for help. Do you know English? Do you know English? It's not so fun to do that. So yes, our advice is to maybe start learning some phrases from home when you arrive to Poland or to Lublin. There are so many interesting courses as it comes to learning Polish, so we highly recommend it. And also, as it comes to the integration in terms of exposing yourself to the Polish culture, was it hard for you to just not stay in your comfort zone with the people who you feel comfortable with, or let's say the Arab diaspora or like the Egyptian diaspora?
For me, it wasn't like a new thing because right before I come, I was studying in the American University in Cairo, and the university it's full of foreigners. It was okay. It was fine for me. Nothing changed. Just of course the country, the climate, the atmosphere, the food, the taste of everything. Yes, but it was like normal for me. I didn't feel any changes, like dramatic changes. No, it was fine. Maybe that helped me a lot to normalize my life, normalize my kids' life. It was really okay.
Okay. And I have a question. So since you're a person who has experience living here in Lublin, from the side of being a student and from the side of just being a normal citizen or a resident, what is your advice to people who would like to integrate into the Polish society, into the Polish life, but they're always in their friends group? Because it's very common here that when students arrive, they feel a little bit intimidated by going to events, to network. So they just always stick to their group of friends from their city or from their country. But then on the other hand, they complain that they cannot integrate into the university life. So what is your advice as it comes to that?
I think it's natural. We always fear what we don't know, but they should really try harder and join, starting with the university activities, university club, like here, and get to know. Actually, really, I found that the staff and everywhere, they're super friendly, and they're welcoming, they're supportive. They can start one step at a time, like joining the university activities. At least it's still a bigger comfort zone, but then later on, maybe they will go for further activities, further, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we met through a university activity, right?
Yes.
Like
The orientation day.
yes, the orientation days. Even though you were like a first year student and I'm a third year student, but I had some time. I was like, let's go.
Yes.
And I'm very glad that we did, because I met you and I met also other people from your classmates. So it was very interesting, and I cannot stress enough the importance of attending university events, because they are made for a reason. We make them so people can network and people can meet each other, because university life is not only just about studying and getting a degree and voila, there is more to it. Okay, Jasmine, so I want to ask you now about your future plans as it comes to staying here in Lublin. Of course, your plans, I'm assuming that they do not involve only you, they involve you and your family. So what is your long-term plans?
For me, actually, we're staying already, because my kids, they are in Polish schools, and the three of them speak Polish fluently in Polish education system. For me, as because I'm really into my field of studies, I'm willing to continue with the master's degrees. God knows, maybe the doctorate, who knows? I would be motivated enough. And for my kids, I'm really trying to raise them that become really independent. They don't have to stay in Poland. They can stay wherever they want. They can study whatever they want, wherever they want.
And you mentioned something very interesting the other day. So you, of course, during these studies, do you want to be a role model to your kids, or there is more to it?
Yes, I would like to, because now they understand studies, it's not only or studying for a certain age. No, it can go forever, as long as you're still alive. And they like it, they know a lot about, we talk about politics.
Oh.
Yes, they ask me questions. I have a lot of information to teach them. So as long as I'm updated, they're so updated. And they know that life is full of options, full of different paths that they can go.
And of course, you're doing these studies also for yourself, right?
Yes, in the first place for myself. I'm really enjoying it.
Yes, you're doing it for yourself, and then of course you become a role model to your kids and to the people even around you. I mean, I find it very, very, very inspiring myself that you are a mother, a wife, and right now after this podcast, you have things to do for your family. So I do find it very inspiring, and I hope our viewers as well believe that it can be done. So Yasmin, right here, she's doing it, and she's doing it well. It's not that she's just doing it. So I really hope that you have enjoyed our podcast episode, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.